morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about History Chapter 2, Socialism in Europe and the Russian Revolution. Students, in our last class we discussed about the age of social change and the Russian Revolution. Now we are going to discuss about the February Revolution in Petrograd, what changed after October, the global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. Moving on to understand the February Revolution in Petrograd. Students, Petrograd means a city in the European part of Russia. On the banks of river Neva in Russia, the capital Petrograd was always having two major divisions. On the right hand side, we have the poor workers, the parties, the factories, all these standing there. On the left side, we have all the fashionable Duma official residences. All the Duma meetings will be conducted here. All the parliamentarians stay here. So, all these also were important reason for 1917 revolt. Why? Because we already discussed that in 1916, during the winter time, the winter was extremely horrible. Why this extremely horrible? Because the snow and frost made the people to face lot of difficulties. Shortage of the food supplies, because a large amount of food has been sent to feed the army. The basic local markets were also supplying the food for the soldiers, which is important, but it is also important the normal people who are staying in the country. Listen to it. Yes. So, as the time passed on, the people and finally on 22nd of February, whether Duma was in a situation that Tsar want to suspend all parliamentarians of Duma. So, the workers started to announce the strike. That is on 22nd of February 1917, the workers announced the strike. The sympathy to this, 50 factories were shut down completely, and all people gathered and marched towards the Winter Palace. Winter Palace means Royal Palace. They know the people are coming. The government tried to control the situation and called out the cavalry and police. So, people started to move away from there and they disappeared. Students, evening also, they did not reappear again there. The next day, that is on 24th and 25th, again they came back. Finally, on 25th on February, Sunday. What happened on Sunday? Yes, the king ordered the cavalry and police to watch an eye on the people. What they are doing? If necessary, shoot them. Make them too terrified, so that again they would not come back to these regions. Let's find out what happened at that time. Come to the conclusion of the February Revolution. Students, on 25th February, the government suspended the Duma as per the interest of the king. King do not want any control at the same time, would not like to listen any advices. So, clearly he dismissed the Duma once again. As the result of these, the politicians started to spread out the message. What is happening in the Duma? Why the Duma was suspended? Because the king was not interested to accept any advices or any changes. Students, in similar way, the demonstrators returned back on 26th and 27th February. They started to enter into the police station and destroyed in the process of destroying them. On that time, the police or cavalry played a very important role. Students, why I mention this as a very vital role? Because an officer in the regiment was killed as per the order of the Tsar. So, the entire cavalry refused to shoot the demonstrators at any point of time. because their own officers were targeted and killed. So, on that day evening, the people gathered and they started to make a slogan of bread, wages, better hearts, and democracy. Students, on that time, the government once again called cavalry, but it refused to fire on the demonstrators. The demonstrators and the army members all gathered the Duma where the parliamentary meets happen. Students, on that day evening, they decided that they will go ahead and ask the Tsar to resign. That day evening, the meeting was conducted. It happened in the capital Petrograd, where all the members joined together. So, it is known as Petrograd Soviet. The cavalry soldiers joined the workers and jointly formed a Soviet or council in the same building where the Duma met. This was the Petrograd Soviet. Students, on the next day, the delegations went to see the Tsar. Delegation means a body of representatives. The Tsar resigned the throne on the advice of the military commanders on 2nd March 1917. Students, Soviet leaders, and Duma leaders formed a provisional government to run the country. Russia's future was decided by a constituent assembly elected on the basis of universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise means a right to vote. Let us discuss about after the February Revolution. Students, what happened after the February Revolution? Yes, the February Revolution brought to an end the ruler of Nicholas II and created provisional government in Russia. Students, after the February Revolution, provisional government was set up and many changes came. But in the provisional government, the key players are the army officials, landowners, and industrialists. All the people were the key members. Yes, we have revolutionaries, we have liberals, also getting themselves elected to the provincial legislature. But it was the time when Lenin came back from his exile. Students, who was Lenin? Yes, Lenin was the leader of the Bolshevik party. Lenin, the leader of the Bolshevik party, returned back to Russia in April 1917. As soon as he returned back, he gave a statement that it was the right time to bring the war to close. He felt that it was time for the Soviets to take over power, so Lenin gave his April thesis in which he made three demands. They are the war be brought to a close. That means World War I should be brought to an end. The land be transferred to the peasants. That means land should be transferred to the peasants. Banks should be nationalized. Nationalized means the ownership and management of banks held by the government. Students, what were Lenin's April thesis? Yes, the three demands of Lenin after his return to Russia in April 1917 were called Lenin's April thesis. Students, what do you mean by nationalization of banks and industries? Yes, this meant that the ownerships and managements of banks and industries held by the government. Moving on to understand workers' movement and its effect. Students, in summer, the workers' movement spread. In industrial areas, factory committees were formed. At the same time, trade unions grew in number. 500 Soviets sent representatives to an All-Russia Congress of Soviets. Since at that time, Bolshevik Party was renamed as Communist Party. Lenin wanted the Bolshevik Party to be renamed as the Communist Party to indicate its new radical aims. Land committees were formed. Peasants seized land between July and September 1917. Students, what changes took place during 1917? Yes, Workers' movements spread, factory committees were formed, land committees were formed. Bolsheviks party was renamed as the Communist Party. Peasants seized land. Moving on to understand the revolution of October 1917. Students, Lenin, after taking over the power into his hands, what are the changes that he brought after the month of October? Why we are mentioning the month October? Because the revolution happened in the month of October. So, what happened after the month of October means here what happened after the revolution. The changes which occurred after the revolution is first, as he promised, the April thesis that he would like to stop the war. He would conclude the war with the treaty. Next, he want to redistribute the land to the poor people, also nationalize the banks. Let us see how far he is able to fulfill his April thesis promises. Here, the private property, the Bolsheviks were completely against the private property. So, they banned the use of property from today onwards. No one is eligible to maintain any private property. That was the first command given by the Bolshevik party in power. Next, all the banks till the date which were in Russia are being nationalized in the month of November 1917. So, from today onwards, there are no private banks and no private individual is an owner of a huge sum of amount. Is the collective property of all the people who are present in Russia. Then moving on to the land has been declared as a social property, which means everybody is owner of the land, which determines that he also gave a command that nobility whose holding huge lands can be occupied by the peasants. So the peasants are permitted to occupy more and more lands of the nobles, and large houses which are there are in the city are being partitioned according to the family requirements, and again they are being given to the houseless poor people. So again houses which are very large were also being occupied by the houses for the people, and old aristocratic are completely been banned. Moving on to the army, Lenin brought a new army, a new uniform to the army person in Russia, along with that to bring out the variation between the previous and the present day army of Bolsheviks. Students, he brought a special hat, the Russian hat for the soldiers of in the Russian language known as Bidonovka. This Bidonovka is nothing but the name of the hat. Students, in 1917, growing conflict between the provisional government and Bolshevik made Lenin to persuade the Petrograd Soviet and the Bolshevik Party for a socialist seizure of power. He united supporters from army, Soviets and factories for socialists. Students, on that time the Soviet appointed a military revolutionary committee under the leadership of Leon Trotsky to organize the seizure. Students, as the uprising began on 24th October 1917, Prime Minister Kerensky left the city to summon troops in fear. Same evening, loyal military men of government seized the building of two Bolshevik newspapers. Students, on that time pro-government troops were sent to take over telephone and telegraph offices and protect the Winter Palace. In response to these measures, military revolutionary government ordered its supporters to seize government offices and arrest ministers. Students' other vessels sailed down the Neva and took over different military points. By nightfall, the city was under the committee's control and the ministers had surrendered. Students, there was heavy fighting between pro-government troops, and the Bolsheviks. Finally, in 1917, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow Petrograd area. So, the major thing what occurred after the October War, first one, he was completely dead against private property. So, private property was banned. Second one, all the banks were nationalized in the month of November 1917, and land has been declared as a social property, and the land of the nobles are given free access to the peasants to occupy them, and the large houses in the cities are again partitioned and given for the houseless poor people. Titles which represent the old aristocratic culture were completely banned, and new uniforms were being issued to the army persons as well as hat was also added to the uniform of the army people. Students, these are some of the major changes which he brought in the structure of Russia and in the administration of Russia. Let us discuss about election for Constituent Assembly, creation of Soviet Union, the Civil War, making socialist society. Students, by December 1917, the Bolsheviks controlled the Moscow Petrograd area. Listen to it. Yes. In spite of the oppositions from the many other parties, Lenin controlled peace treaty with Germany. That was a major step what he has taken to conclude World War I. Other than this, he has taken certain steps are what are those? First, he changes the name of the party, the Bolshevik Party, into the Russian Communist Party. So, after changing the name of the party as Russian Communist Party, he thought all people would support him. He would get a clear major victory in the history of election, which he is going to conduct. So, the first election were conducted for the Constituent Assembly in January 1918. Students, surprisingly, Lenin lost the election. Assembly did not encourage the participants of Lenin at all. So, in reaction to this, Lenin suspended the assembly and told that more of the Russian Soviets are still having the democratic ideology, which is not at all necessary or important or required for the Russian good culture. So, he also proposed that these elections were not conducted in free and fair manner, so he cancelled the election. In this way, he took certain steps, though he could not get the major support of the people. He tried to prove that he had people's support. Students, this rejection came from the people because of his repressive policies. The policy is what he announced, like grabbing away the lands of the nobility. The large houses in the cities are being divided and also nationalizing the banks. All those made people to get worried. They thought that they are going to another state of dictatorship, but in actual terms, he want to bring equitable society into reality. So, the peace treaty, when he signed his Germans, also in March, many of the political parties strongly opposed this one. But still he signed the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk with the Germans and concluded the World War I. After that, he formed the All-Russian Congress of Soviet, which became the national parliament as years came by. He made sure that only his party would be in Russia, and no other political party survived for a long time. Also had a secret police force known as Cheka First, which main purpose was to find the people who criticized the Bolsheviks, arrest them, imprison them. So, because of this, a lot of fear spread among the people in Russia. Students, slowly, Russia turned into a single party country where there is only one party. That one party is Russian Communist Party. Only this party will rule Russia. See, no other political parties can survive in Russia. Many young writers with the Bolshevik parties because they thought the real socialism is being placed in the country, but many other art and artists, architectural people could not imagine much because they have a strict censorship into practice in the state of Russia under the rule of Lenin. Moving on to understand the Civil War. Students, the decision of redistribution of land by Bolsheviks caused breakup of army. Clashes between supporters of autocracy, liberals and Bolshevik soldiers started. Students, we also got the conflict on the land redistribution policies because those who are not supporting this started to form as different groups. From North Africa, they went to south of Russia and they proclaimed the non-Bolshevik revolution, where do not want any Bolshevik leader and they don't want anyone they accept his policies. So, the Red Army was created by the non Bolsheviks. So, the Frozarist and the Socialist revolutionaries fought a civil war with Bolshevik troops during 1918 and 1919. Students, when the Bolsheviks ordered land redistribution, the Russian army began to break up. They wished to return home for getting land. The Frozarist and Socialists were backed by French, American, British, and Japanese troops. So, non Bolsheviks took harsh steps against the peasants. Students, this made them unpopular. Students, in 1920, the Bolsheviks took the help of the non Russian people and Muslim jihadists to take control of most of the former Russian Empire. That means Bolsheviks were supported by non-Russian nationalists and jihadists. Students, most non-Russian nationalists were given political autonomy in the USSR created by the Bolsheviks in 1922. Students, do you know to whom did the Reds, Greens and Whites refer to during the Civil War in Russia? Yes, the Reds were the Bolsheviks. The Greens were the Socialist revolutionaries. The Whites were the pro-Tsarists. What was Cheka? Yes, Cheka was the secret police set up by the Bolsheviks to clamp down on its critics and to understand making a socialist society. In this topic, we will discuss about the important steps taken by Lenin to improve the agriculture and economy of Russia. Students, during the Civil War, the Bolsheviks kept industries and banks nationalized. They permitted peasants to cultivate the seized land to show collective work. That means most of the industries and banks were nationalized. He ordered land redistribution and permitted peasants to cultivate the land. A process of centralized planning was introduced. Officials made 5-year plans for the improvement of economy. That means centralized planning was introduced. 5-year plans were made. Students, the government fixed all price during the first 2-year plans. Yes, the government fixed all prices to promote industrial growth during the first 2 plans for the economy, 1927 to 1932 and 1933 to 1938. Communes were set up and income was divided according to the principles of cooperative commission. Commune means a smallest French territorial division. Centralized planning led to economic growth. Industrial production increased between 1929 and 1933 by 100% in the case of oil, coal and steel. Students, do you know what are the steps taken by Lenin to improve the agriculture and economy of Russia? Yes, on that time most of the industries and banks were nationalized. He ordered land redistribution and permitted peasants to cultivate the land. Centralized planning was introduced. 5 year plans were made. Government fixed all price during the first 2 year plans. Communes were set up and income was divided according to the principles of cooperative commission. Let us discuss about status of workers. Rapid construction brought poor working conditions for workers. At the time, various industries were set up like in Magnitogos city. Students in Magnitogos city, the construction of a steel plant was achieved in 3 years. Workers did not have even basic facilities of toilet, healthcare, etc. Extended schooling system developed so that factory workers could also access universities. That means an extended schooling system developed and arrangements were made for factory workers and peasants to enter universities. Students on that time crushes for children of women factory workers were established. Creche means a nursery where babies and young children are cared for during the working day. Creches were established in factories for the children of women workers. Cheap public health care was provided. Model living quarters were built up for workers. Model living quarters were made for workers. Communes were set up and income was divided according to the problems of cooperative commission. All this was uneven as government resources were limited. Moving on to understand Stalinism and collectivization. Students, Stalinism means the ideology and policies adopted by Stalin. Collectivization means the organization of a nation or economy on the basis of collectivism. Students, after the death of Lenin, Joseph Stalin became the leader of the Soviet Communist Party. Stalin came in power after the death of Lenin. Yes. He started collectivization program to increase production. Students on that time by 1927 to 1928, the towns of Russia were facing an acute problem of grain supplies. So the government fixed prices of grains, but the peasants refused to sell their grains to government buyers at these prices. Stalin believed that rich peasants and traders in the countryside were holding stocks in the hope of higher prices. So, Stalin introduced the collectivization of Soviet agriculture. That means he started collectivization program to increase production. Students from 1929, all peasants were forced to cultivate in collective farms known as kolgos. Students, kolgos means collective farms. After 1917, land had been handed over to the peasants. Students on that time, the bulk of land and the implements were transferred to the ownership of collective farms. Peasants worked on the land and the kolgos profit was shared. Students, for the development of modern farms, it was necessary to eliminate kulaks, take away land from peasants, and established large state controlled farms. Students, what do you mean by kulaks? Yes, kulaks means the name for well to do peasants of Russia. Kulaks means the name for well to do peasants of Russia. Students, from 1929, the Communist Party forced all peasants to cultivate in collective farms. Collective farms are known as kolgos. Peasants worked on lands and the profit of the collective farms was shared among them. Students, those who opposed the collectivization were severely punished. Many were exiled. Students, exiled means expelled from their native country. Bad harvest of 1930 to 33 led to horrible famines in which over 4 million people died. Those who criticized Stalin's policies were charged with conspiracy against socialism. By 1939, over 2 millions were imprisoned or sent to labor camps. What do you know about Stalin's collectivization program? Yes, Stalin began collectivization program to find a solution to the food shortage. Am I right? Yes. Students on that time, the policy of eliminating kulaks and establishing state-owned farms was widely criticized. Peasants were compelled to work in the kolgos. Kolgos means collective farms. Peasants worked on the land and the kolgos profit was shared. Students, what did Stalin do to develop modern farms? Yes, he eliminated well to do peasants known as kulaks, took away land from them, and established state controlled large farms. Moving on to understand global influence of Russian Revolution and the USSR. Students, in this topic we will discuss about the impact of the Russian Revolution on the world. Students, on that time in many countries, communist parties were formed on the line of Russia. It gave the world a new economic system known as socialism. Students, the Bolsheviks encouraged colonial peoples to follow their experiment. It inspired a number of freedom movements in other countries. In many countries, communist parties were formed. For example, Communist Party of Great Britain. Students, you know, the Bolsheviks encouraged colonial people to follow their experiment. Listen to it. Yes. Many non-Russians participated in the Conference of the People of the East, and the Bolsheviks founded Comintern. Students, Comintern means it is the third international. That means it is a communist organization. Many non-Russians from outside the USSR participated in the Conference of the Peoples of the East, and the Bolshevik founded Comintern. Comintern means, yes, an international union of pro-Bolshevik socialist parties. Some even received education in the USSR's Communist University of the Workers of the East. Students, by the time of the outbreak of the Second World War, the USSR had given socialism a global face and world stature. Students, on that time, the USSR became a great power. Its industries and agriculture had developed and the poor were being fed. But the international reputation of the USSR as a socialist country declined by the end of the 20th century. Hence, what was the global impact of the Russian Revolution? Yes, Russia became the first country to establish a communist state. Soon after it, communist parties were formed in many countries. Listen to it. Yes. The Bolsheviks encouraged colonial peoples to follow their experiment. Many non-Russians from outside the USSR participated in the Conference of the Peoples of the East, and the Bolsheviks founded Comintern. Comintern means a communist organization. Some received education in the USSR's Communist University. Socialism became popular by the time of the outbreak of the Second World War. Let us discuss about writing about the Russian Revolution in India. Students, the Russian Revolution inspired many Indians. By the mid 1920s, the Communist Party was formed in India. Its members kept in touch with the Soviet Communist Party. Important Indian political and cultural figures took an interest in the Soviet experiment and visited Russia. Among them, prominent ones are Jawaharlal Nehru and Rabindranath Tagore, who wrote about Soviet socialism. Students, in India, writings gave impression of Soviet Russia. Students, name two Indians who wrote about Soviet socialism. Yes, Jawaharlal Nehru and Rabindranath Tagore. Students, now I am going to revise important terms. What do you mean by jihadist? Yes, jihadist means Muslim reformers within the Russian Empire. Kulaks means the name for well-to-do peasants of Russia. Kulaks were the rich peasants who held most of the land in Russia. Let us discuss about kolgos. Students, kolgos means collective farms. Students, do you know how were the Bolsheviks different from the Mensheviks? Yes, the Bolsheviks were led by Vladimir Lenin. The Mensheviks were led by Alexander Kerensky. Students, the Bolsheviks constituted a majority of the socialists, but the Mensheviks represented a minority group. Students, the Bolsheviks thought that in a repressive society like Tsarist Russia, the party should be disciplined and should control the number and quality of its members. The Mensheviks, on the other hand, thought that the party should be open to all. Students, this is the difference between Bolsheviks and Mensheviks. Students, do you know to whom did the Reds, Greens, and Whites refer to during the Civil War in Russia? Yes, the Reds were the Bolsheviks, the Greens were the Socialist Revolutionaries, the Whites were the Frozarists. What was Cheka? Yes, Cheka was the secret police set up by the Bolsheviks to clamp down on its critics. Students, can you tell what was the Bolshevik party renamed after October Revolution? Yes, Bolshevik party was renamed the Russian Communist Party after the October Revolution. Students, name the countries that supported the socialist revolutionaries and the Frozarists in Russia. Yes, France, America, Britain, and Japan supported the socialist revolutionaries and Frozarists in Russia. Moving on to understand Lenin's April thesis. Students, after the downfall of the monarchy in Russia in February 1917, the Bolshevik leader Lenin returned to Russia from his exile in April 1917. Listen to it. Yes, he felt that it was time for Soviets to take over power. So he put three which were known as Lenin's April thesis. They were World War I should be brought to an end. That means the war be brought to an end. Land should be transferred to the peasants. Land be transferred to the peasants. Banks should be nationalized. The banks be nationalized. When Lenin came to power, he became active to bring changes. Banks were nationalized in November 1917. This meant that the ownership and management of banks held by the government. Students, now I am going to revise Stalin's collectivization program. Students, collectivization meant that the organization of a nation or economy on the basis of collectivism. Students, Stalin began collectivization program to find a solution to the food shortage. It brought the great majority of peasants into collective and state farms. The policy of eliminating kulaks and establishing state-owned farms was widely criticized. Kulaks means the name for well-to-do peasants of Russia. Students, after 1917, land had been handed over to the peasants. For the development of modern farms, it was necessary to eliminate kulaks, take away land from peasants, and establish large state-controlled farms. Students, on that time, peasants were compelled to work in kolgos. Kolgos means collective farms. Students, do you know what were Stalin's views about rich peasants and traders? Yes, Stalin viewed that rich peasants and traders held stocks of food grains, hoping for higher prices in future. Students, name two Indians who wrote about Soviet socialism: Jawaharlal Nehru and Rabindranath Tagore. Student, what did Stalin do to develop modern farms? Yes, he eliminated well-to-do peasants known as kulaks, took away land from them, and established state-controlled large farms. Students, who were socialists? Yes, socialists were those people who were against private property and saw it as the root of all social ills of the time. Students, what do you mean by Stalinism? Yes, the ideology and policies adopted by Stalin. Listen to it. Thank you.